Well, hi, I'm Tom Andrews from Win Without War, and this is a feature at StandUpCongress.org in which we get to actually meet the Win Without War members. Win Without War is a coalition of 40 national organizations, and we want to have a chance to actually meet them and the people behind them. And Sister Simone Campbell is here from Network, who's agreed to come on and talk about Network. And Simone, first of all, tell us who you are and tell us what Network is.
Okay. Well,
welcome.
Thank you. It's good to be here. I'm a Catholic sister, a member of the Sisters of Social Service. I'm a lawyer. I practiced law for a bunch of years and have now started as the executive director of Network, which is the National Catholic Social Justice Lobby here in Washington, D.C. We have Catholic members across the country. We were founded by Catholic sisters 35 years ago to address not just doing charity, but also doing justice, engaging in systemic change. And as a network, we chose the name way before it became really popular in everybody's parlance. So what we mean by network is that we bring together people who do grassroots direct service to make an impact on federal policy. So
on a broad range of issues here
on a broad range, usually economic justice, engagement. But because of economic justice, we got into immigration. Because of immigration, we got into international trade. And now because of caring for our country and for our world, we're very involved in against the war in Iraq.
Tell us why. Why is this important to you as an organization, and is it important to Catholics around the country?
Well, I believe it's very important to Catholics around the country because it is the seminal moral issue of our time, I believe. The Pope John Paul II spoke out against it, sent an emissary to President Bush urging him not to invade. Pope Benedict has also spoken out against it. So it is, at a leadership level, it's seen as a really immoral. We're losing our soul in the process of this war. So, and at the grassroots level, for ordinary people of faith, it's a horror to see our U.S. troops dying, civilians dying, the Iraqis destroyed, basically, and that knowledge, I think, has really stirred people's hearts to say, no more. This has got to stop. There's got to be another way.
And of course, Network is involved in the myriad of activities going on in the Win Without War coalition. And Simone, what are you hearing from people within your organization, within Network itself, about how things are going? Are people in your community responding to your call for action? Are they contacting their members of Congress? Are they getting involved?
We've had tremendous response. We do e-advocacy as well as visits with members of Congress by our members around the country, and we've discovered that the best response that we get from our people is on this issue. We have a fairly complex message when it comes to it, looking at yes, we need to end the violence. That is true. We need to end the occupation. But we can only do that if we have addressed both the humanitarian and the economic development issues in Iraq. The economies have been destroyed. There is no way for the majority, ordinary Iraqis, to make a living. And that until we engage those economic issues, we believe that it'll just be an added fuel for the violence and for the insurgency. So we're saying, let's end the occupation, let's engage economic development, let's engage in the humanitarian needs that are tremendous at this point. With at least half of Iraq doesn't have potable water or adequate electricity. I mean, just the most basic things, to say nothing of food. So we're saying, let's engage those issues. Let's end the military option.
So let's not just leave Iraq and walk away. We have a tremendous obligation to help people in Iraq to rebound from this catastrophe, is what you're saying.
Absolutely. I mean, we've been the source of much of the destruction. I believe we have a responsibility to engage in supporting Iraq finding its own way.
So let me ask you this. We have several faith organizations in Win Without War, as you know.
Yep.
And, of course, the president tells us many times that he is a man of faith, and that his presidency and his actions are guided by his deep Christian faith. How do you, as a Catholic, as a person of faith and an organization of faith opposed to the war, how do you address that issue that the president is inspired and directed by God?
Well, I I wonder, it's a different God than the one that I know, and if you read the scripture, Jesus over and over again speaks of peace and turning the other cheek and engaging in alternative ways of dispute resolution. I'm puzzled by it and wonder if perhaps his political interests overtook his faith-based approach. I can't judge from the outside. All I know is that God, in my experience, leads over and over to peace, to alternative ways.
Well, we've been talking to Sister Simone Campbell from our Win Without War organization network. How can people learn more about network, and how can they get involved in network activities?
We have a website, networklobby.org, and we have all of our e-activism goes through the website. People can just click on Take Action, and there's letters to Congress, there's our position papers, and then the capacity to link up with others in their area.
That's great, and you can get that link right here on our website. Thanks so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me.